Now, Alan, who's from Gainesville, Florida, he was delivering a package in a large apartment complex when he heard a crash, followed by tire squeals, then a second crash, and more tire squeals. The 29-year letter carrier stepped out of the hallway of the complex and realized that an SUV had hit a couple of vehicles before going over a curb and plunging into a retention pond. He saw the SUV bobbing in the water about 40 yards out from where he was. Just as the car was almost completely filled with water, Alan and a bystander managed to pull the driver out of the vehicle and bring him to the shore. As is typically the case, when letter carriers intervened to save someone, once Alan saw that the driver had regained consciousness and was being taken to a hospital, he simply put his boots back on and resumed delivery of his route. The judges said, and I quote, "Heroism just jumped off the page," as they were reviewing. Right? Is that what they're saying? Alan had a simpler take. "I just thought I did the right thing that day." Well, Brother Alan, I think we're doing the right thing this day in honoring you as the 2015 Eastern Region Hero of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Oh, let me take a breath. I'm usually not finding myself short for words, but I'm very humbled today. What I did that day was what I would like anybody in this room to do for my daughter, my son, or anybody else that I'm related to, or myself. I heard a crash. Well, that wasn't that strange, and then I heard a car squealing tires. Then I heard another impact and the car squealing tires. At that point, I'm thinking, well, this is a hit and run. I popped my head around the corner and I saw this lady about 100 feet down the road waving her arms and calling for help. And I ran down there and she pointed out into this lake that there was an SUV out in there floating. The windshield wipers were still going. I waded out into this water no more than 3 steps and it was well over my head, a lot deeper than I thought. So I swam out to the car and I thought this wasn't going to be that big a deal. I never thought of how they rescue people in cars. Well, this guy was incoherent. He was looking at me, but he wasn't there. And later I found out that he had had some form of a seizure. Well, at that point we had to do something because the man was so short, the water was pouring in on his face. So for a while there, I held him by his face to keep it out of the water. And once it started to fill up the floorboard, I crawled in the car. I figured there was nothing else to lose. I crawled in between the seat and his back and caught him by the waist of his pants. Mr. Galt continued to yank at his arms, pulling him out. And somehow, like after 4 or 5 yanks on his pants, this man just floated by me, floated right out the window. I put my shoes back on and said, I got a route to go finish. The best thing I remember is when I was coming out of the water, there was a lady screaming, going, "Oh my God, it's the mailman saving lives." And it was probably the best day of my life. We seem to build a rapport with our customers. Even though I'd been on that route a short time, people like to see the mailman come. There's a lot of us out there that are the eyes of the community every day, and we know when something's not right. And maybe we do feel a little emboldened to look out for our customers, you know.